Are you pretty? Go look in the mirror right now. I have a feeling that somebody watching this video is a very attractive person. Really, really pretty, really, really smart. Just you're the whole package. You look good and you're single. You're single. And so you're probably wondering what the heck is going on? Why am I single? Well, I keep hearing this thing called the pretty effect, and it simply means that men are potentially going to overlook you because they feel like you're already taken, or she can have anyone, or she's used to a certain lifestyle or being given a certain things. And I know as a guy that I can't handle that. So I'm going to go for average. I can get my needs met. I can get what I want. I can have a nice life, and I don't have to go above and beyond because I don't have that skill set to, or the money that I think that someone like her would be used to. So they're making assumptions that might not be accurate. And it has nothing to do with you. I think what happens sometimes with people who are attractive is sometimes, and especially if they're fearful avoidant, they're going to attribute that to the self. They're going to wonder, what am I doing wrong? What can I do right? Can somebody give me a map to follow? They can be triggered into their fearful side where they feel very anxious, or they feel like pulling away from love. And some of that has been because they have been rejected because they are pretty. And so sometimes when a man, let's say he's average looking and he's giving her attention, she's so happy, because what people don't realize is that really pretty people oftentimes do not get as much attention as what the world says that they do. It's just like somebody who is, how do I say it? Like if they're deemed really unattractive, I've seen people make videos saying that they think, and some of them are pretty to me, but saying that they think that they're very unattractive and that's why they've never had a date or men don't ask them out. But it's the same for beautiful women. It's almost like the same. It's almost like if you have a super wealthy kid and you have a super poor kid. I'm going to say something that could get me in trouble, but I have worked with some kids who have been sort of handed a lot of things because of the poverty or because of the wealth. And so they haven't learned to exercise certain muscles that will either get them out of their family cycle, or that will help the wealthy kid to learn how to work harder to get out of certain problems that they may have. So you have to sort of give them more, give them less, but also teach them the skills necessary to survive, to make it in this life. In other words, you don't want to punish the poor child or the rich child, but you want to meet their needs where they are. They both have unique needs, and you want to make sure that you are fostering that. So somebody who might be very attractive and very pretty, they may not exercise certain muscles that somebody who has been just considered average or below average has had to sort of fight their way to get attention or to get their needs met in the same way. And so an attractive person may be underdeveloped in certain aspects. They might be kind of sitting back and waiting when they need to be a little bit more aggressive. Also, I don't believe in picking on somebody because of the way that they look. I don't think that that's okay. And it's the same thing with punishing a child who's poor. Okay, well, we're not going to give you food to eat or clothes to wear because we don't want you to have learned helplessness. That is not the way to go. So you want to meet their needs, but you want to also recognize that you don't want them to learn that, okay, I am just given things. You want them to learn how to fight for what they need, to channel that energy, to build resilience, and expose them to early educational opportunities and careers and just developing their skills. And the same could be true for really super wealthy people. So people who who have deemed themselves unattractive, it may feel the same to someone who is very attractive. Now, there are some women who are very attractive who wear it. Like, hey, everybody, I look good. But then there are some people who aren't as attractive who also wear it and go, hey, everybody, I look good. But then there are the people who just don't lead with looks, even when they are absolutely stunning. I think it's great to have that sexy walk and wear heels and pretty clothes and do your hair, do your makeup. I think all women should do that, okay? Especially if you're trying to attract a man. I just believe in it. Some men don't like a lot of makeup, so you can make it look a little bit minimum, but still have on quite a bit. But I think being feminine and exuding it is great. I will say there are some women out here who are beautiful who flaunt it. So they do get attention for their looks on one hand, but on the other hand, they may have a lot of difficulty getting a date unless they are touting themselves as a quote unquote stereotypical Instagram model where it's all about nothing but surface level, and a man is like, hey, you look good, I'll take you. So they may sort of know how to boost the attention that they get based on their looks and what they're selling, which is I am all about looks. But if you are a person of sustenance and you are multi-layered and you don't flaunt your looks, like you kind of know that you're really, really pretty, but you don't lead with that because you're so much more than that, you could be just as lonely as the next person and struggling. And when a man approaches you, you feel so happy and excited because, wow, somebody showed me that they like me. So, tip to guys, do not assume that this woman has 1,000 men coming up to her like you think, because her beauty could be intimidating to men. And she's just waiting for somebody to have the courage to come up and say, hello, how are you? Can I take you out for dinner? Can I call you? You take that risk because you could end up with somebody very beautiful. So if you're feeling really lonely, really rejected, it might not just be your fearful avoidant attachment style, and it might not be that it's just because you keep attracting fearful avoidants who go into their avoidant states and run from you. It could be way more than that. It might be because you're actually beautiful, gorgeous, sexy, appealing, and people don't know how to handle that. And yes, that might sound arrogant, but it is the truth. It might be that you are actually very pretty. Now, should you ugly yourself up? Heck no. Heck no. But I want you to be aware so that you can decide what stance you're going to take, what approach you're going to take, how you can handle that. You may have to put yourself out there in a different sort of way. Like you might have to let a man know when you're interested and not just leave it up to him to guess. So what is the pretty woman effect? The pretty woman effect is a term that describes a phenomenon where people tend to perceive attractive individuals as having other positive traits such as intelligence, kindness, or competence. This effect is rooted in the concept of halo effect, a cognitive bias where our overall impression of a person influences our feelings and thoughts about their specific traits. The term is derived from the popular film Pretty Woman. Oops, I shouldn't sing that. I don't want to get copywritten, but it's where the protagonist, portrayed by Julia Roberts, is a beautiful woman who changes the life of a wealthy businessman. The movie highlights how her attractiveness leads to various positive perceptions and outcomes, reinforcing the idea that physical beauty can overshadow other aspects of a person's character or abilities. In social psychology, research has shown that attractive people are often treated more variably or favorably in various situations such as job interviews or social interactions, which can lead to advantages in their personal and professional lives. The pretty woman effect can significantly impact dating in several ways. Number one, initial attraction. Physical attractiveness often plays a key role in initial attraction. People may be more drawn to those they find physically appealing, which can lead to more opportunities for connection and engagement. Two, perceived compatibility. Attractive individuals may be assumed to have desirable personality traits, leading potential partners to believe they will be more compatible. This can create a bias in favor of pursuing relationships with attractive individuals. Confidence boost. Attractive people may experience increased confidence, sometimes low self esteem, though, which can enhance their dating prospects. Confidence can be appealing, leading to a positive feedback loop where attractiveness and self assurance reinforce each other. Social dynamics, which is number four. Attractive individuals may receive more attention and interest, leading to a wider pool of potential partners. This can create a perception that they have more options, which can affect how others approach dating. 5. Disparities in expectations. The pretty woman effect can lead to unrealistic expectations in dating. People might focus heavily on physical appearance while overlooking other important qualities such as personality, values, and compatibility. And 6. Judgment and stereotyping. The effect can also lead to superficial judgments where individuals are evaluated primarily on their looks rather than their character or interests. This can result in shallow connections or relationships that lack depth. Overall, while physical attractiveness can open doors in dating, it's essential to realize or recognize that meaningful relationships are built on more than just looks, encompassing emotional connection, shared values, and mutual respect. Someone said the pretty woman effect causes men not to choose her and to choose someone else because they think they do not have a chance with her. So the pretty woman gets skipped over a lot. And this is an interesting perspective on the pretty woman effect because it highlights a less commonly discussed aspect of attractiveness in dating dynamics. In fact, I also have heard that less attractive women get more compliments, and women who are more attractive get less compliments. So, intimidation factor. Attractive individuals, particularly women, may intimidate potential partners. Men might feel that they are not good enough or that they cannot compete with others who are perceived as more attractive or successful, leading them to avoid approaching someone they find very attractive. Assumptions of availability. People may assume that attractive individuals have plenty of options and are less likely to be interested in them. This can lead to a self-fulfilling prophecy where men choose to pursue less attractive women, believing they have a better chance, while the attractive woman is overlooked. Social dynamics. In social settings, attractive individuals may attract attention, but this can also lead to a perception that they are already in high demand or unapproachable. This can create a barrier to connection as potential partners may feel discouraged from making a move. Impact on self-esteem. The belief that they won't be chosen can affect the dating choices of men, making them less likely to engage with someone they find attractive, thereby reinforcing the cycle of being skipped over. So if you are a fearful, avoidant female who already is trying to work through their issues, number one, if men aren't approaching you because of these facts that I just named or opinions, then you don't get a lot of practice, which can reinforce some of the downsides of your fearful, avoidant attachment style because you don't get to work through them. You start to make assumptions about yourself that may be untrue, and it pushes you further into your unhealthy states of your attachment style. And so when a man does talk to you, you might feel like, oh my God, I gotta hold on to him because I have trouble getting men, and there's nothing wrong with you. It's just you are attractive and you're grappling with fearful avoidance. So You need to be aware of that dynamic. How can being pretty negatively impact your fearful avoidance? It might make you more clingy when you finally find the guy that you really fall hard for, because you actually, contrary to popular belief, haven't been approached as much as the many men who are actually attracted to you. So overall, this perspective emphasizes the complexity of attraction and dating, where physical beauty can sometimes hinder rather than help in forming connections. It illustrates how both societal perceptions and individual insecurities can influence romantic choices in unexpected ways. So, hey, beautiful people, thanks for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments and what topics you want me to explore next. Your feedback means so much to me. Let's keep this adventure going. Don't break up with me. Be sure to subscribe and like the video. Check out my books on Amazon for insights on enhancing your love life, navigating narcissistic personalities, and exploring the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types. Links are in the description. You're amazing, and I can't wait to see you on the next video.